Everyone, good morning, esteemed guests, and welcome to this much anticipated panel discussion on women in leadership. It's an absolute pleasure to have this big audience join us today as we delve into a topic that is not only relevant but crucial in shaping the present and future of leadership dynamics across various sectors. So, over years, we have witnessed remarkable advancement in recognition and valuing contributions of women in leadership, from boardrooms to political arena to government and multinational corporations and others. And today, we are here to celebrate these achievements with remarkable women who are at the forefront of leadership. And in this panel, we are aiming to give solutions to highlight the progress and the transformational potential that's out there for women in leadership positions. And with our remarkable and esteemed panelists here, they will be sharing their insights, their personal stories and experience in the hope to inspire more advancement. So without further ado, I would like to ask our esteemed panelists and invite you to introduce yourselves, please, very quickly, and share one pivotal moment in your career that has shaped your journey and got you to these leadership.
Sure. Thank you so much. I'm truly privileged to be here today in front of you. I'm Zahra Zayat, and I'm Chief Commercial Officer for Relive, Etisalat Group. I'm responsible for international expansion, looking after adjacencies covering fintech, super apps, digital apps, etc. Key pivotal moments that helped me reach where I am today, and this is where, on this panel, I'd like to move away from victimizing women, because we keep on bringing topics that victimize women, gender equality, etc. I think a lot has changed in the world. A lot has changed also in this region. And a lot of the things come from our internal beliefs and our internal capabilities. It's not because you're a woman, you need to have an opportunity or you need to be promoted. You need to develop yourself. You need to invest in yourself as a woman, whether you're a woman, a female, or a male. Key pivotal moments for me happened at a very young age. I had to step out of university for some family reasons, unfortunately. And I couldn't continue my education. I had to move into the workspace immediately. So I learned to be street smart at a very young age. But then later on, things got better and I was able to continue my education and progress my career. But what this has taught me is the ability to step and make moves without fear. So where I started my career as a bookkeeper, in an external audit firm, I moved into internal audit and then into consulting and then into commercial finance and corporate finance and look into that career. And then into sales and business development. And then I started up a company from scratch in the UAE. I co-founded another edutainment platform in the UAE. And I led the digital transformation of multiple companies in the region. And today I work for Etisalat Group. The only thing that helped me make these steps and take these moves is being able to step and move on without fear. Without fearing or risking or without fearing that I will lose my job or I will fail. It's okay. You could fail, but you can move on. You could lose your job, and it's okay, because you can create another job. You can create your own job. You can found your own company.
Thank you. Yeah, that's amazing. And we will pick on this as we go through the conversation. Thanks a lot. Thuraya, what is a pivotal moment in your career?
Hello, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here today. My name is Thuraya Al-Harthi. I am the acting director for the National Unified E-Service Portal in Oman. Also, I am a founded member in the World Metaverse Council. And talking about my leadership journey, honestly, it started when I was young, very long time. And my father also believed on that. He chose me, gave me a lot of responsibility among 8 brothers and 3 sisters to lead all my families and make a lot of decisions that will impact my family. And let me share with you honestly what exactly make me today as a leader. 10 years back, I decided to take a crazy initiative to take all the children of our family to the theme park. Because I believed at that time, if I can manage the kids, I can manage the people. And just imagine with me taking, and by the way, they are 21 children with different age group and different mentality. This is required to be patient. You have to have communication and also time management and how you can plan it well. And this is honestly learned a lot about leadership skills at that time.
Absolutely, absolutely. And communication is key. We'll go back to that. Thank you. And Ssarita, how about you?
Thank you, Lina. Thank you for inviting me. My name is Ssarita Siingh. I'm the managing trustee of Priyadarshani group of schools from India. For me, that moment was at a very young age when I had to leave house with empty pockets and without any support. There was only one emotional support of my younger brother, which has always been. But apart from there was absolutely zero support, and I had to leave the city, come to Mumbai. For one day, I had to stay on a station. I had no place to go. And then I had to figure out what to do in my life. And that is where my journey started. And I think with the questions coming up, I would...
We will reveal
exactly.
the rest of
We'll reveal the rest of it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
So
Sheikha?
you do inspired me, all of you. Hello, everybody. And my name is Sheikha Al-Nuaimi. I'm an entrepreneur. I lead the first international branch of a bakery from US. It's the first international branch in the region after 100 branch in US, and I'm currently part from the national federal elections that is running in UAE. So I'm handling the Ajman committee. Behind that I'm also an expert in organizational development after quitting my job since 6 months ago, being the commercial director of a leading free zone. As my colleagues has mentioned, there is a turning spot in your life that makes you believe in your power and seeing the reflection of that. So my story, I'll try to make it very short. I heard from Zahra and from Mr. Al-Sabah just now that believers are achievers. And I wasn't believing in a quote that most of my colleagues were saying, that authority is taken and not given. And coming from a background of a hard worker, I believe that you will be spotted and you will be given the authority for that. And there's a moment which I said, I will leave all these beliefs on the side and I'll just step and try to take the authority and examine it, nothing to fail in that. So I just stepped to the door of the chairman, and there were a restructuring in the organization. I was just head of a department, and not more than, there is still 3 layers of positions in my organization. So I stepped and I asked him, can I be in the new restructuring as deputy of the general manager and executive director? So the chairman was like, it's 3 steps of promotion to get to that level. And he told me what you can do. And then I tried to give him some of my inputs, being in this organization for more than 10 years. So I know the secrets, especially coming from the IT perspective. So, everything needs to be developed there. And then he told me, let's see the hierarchy. He pointed to each, there were 4 positions as a vice of the general manager. So he told me, this job is more to finance and you don't have that background, so let's skip it. The another one, I feel that it's more for men and you can't handle it. And then when it comes to HR and HR and support, there is a manager in that place. So there is the head of investment. So can you handle that one? I told him, yes, I can, although I don't have any background when it comes to finance. In that moment, he just called the secretary and issued a memo having me head of the executive director of investment in the organization with more than 2,000 employees. And then I believe, yes, authority is taken and not given. And from that, I start my journey being executive director of marketing after a year only, after developing that. And then executive director of commercial, which I handle the core business of this organization. So always believe in your abilities and take a step and ask. And now I'm believing that authority is taken and not given.
Oh, amazing.
Thank you.
So there's a lot of diversity and a lot of courage in those journeys, stepping out of the comfort zone, whether going to the office or taking 21 kids to the park by yourself. These are amazing stories of trailblazers. And yes, we do need to start with this request somewhere and in believing, of course. So among these challenges women face in growing their careers, how can they overcome them? What would you say are also opportunities that are available, as today we're also celebrating not challenges only, but we have a lot of opportunities that we need to keep an eye on as women? Ssarita.
Well, challenges are never ending. Opportunities are little. Why? On the leadership level, there are very few opportunities for women. Like I'm talking about the board of directors. Yes, there are many opportunities on the employee level, but on the leadership level, I don't think the society or the corporates have thought about giving more opportunities to women on the board level. And I mean, what we can do about is start from our house itself. Like, I'm a woman, I'm the one who is going to start a family. I'm going to make kids, and probably I have boys and girls. So how do I raise them? So I feel like you guys are doing this event. It's an awesome event. So you have certain categories of award. Why can't we have an award for a man, okay, who has been supporting a woman all his life, and because of him, that woman is in a very powerful leadership role. And that woman can be anybody, his wife, sister, girlfriend, so, a friend or a daughter, anybody. So I think that is what we have to do, looking at small things and looking at a larger than life picture.
Thank you. Thanks, Ssarita. And absolutely, we all need to coexist. It's not about women and men, and it's not the point of this panel or of this meeting. It's more a celebration of how we both come together as people for the betterment of the society and for all of our lives. And on that, I would go into collaboration and teamwork, which are very, very vital in leadership. So how do you foster a collaborative culture that values diverse voices and perspective within your organization?
So coming from this perspective of collaboration, as the gentleman in the previous panel mentioned, if we thought about collaboration is only in the teamwork, we'll be touching a small point that will be collaborating in closed doors. I think whenever you have a touch point between your colleagues or your customers or your partners or the society, lead by example and be the collaborative person in that. Try to connect people together and not just network, because the networking always ends at the end of any event or face-to-face meeting or a gathering or a meeting in our organization. So when we mention the word collaboration, is more to complete each other's in a certain chain, either in our business or in our teamwork or in a certain project. So initiating those things will reduce also the barriers between accepting women in different type of industries or project, because it's not a must to be a direct person in this industry, but you can be an indirect person while collaborating in a supply chain or a certain event or project. This is my perspective, if someone will add.
Yeah, we have an issue with mine, so I wish we had one more.
Yeah, no problem,
Yeah.
no problem. I would tackle the communication aspect a bit differently. I think as not only women in general, sometimes people fail to communicate effectively, and this happens due to various reasons. Obviously, the more you grow in seniority and the more you progress, the more it becomes politically difficult to master the art of politics in corporates and in companies. But the key thing here is that when we do not communicate, we leave space and we leave emptiness. And this emptiness and this gap gets filled with noise. And it's not any kind of noise, it's the toxic noise. It's people talking left, right, and center, which will eventually get you to drown further and further and further. And that's when you lose. The minute you do not communicate effectively, the minute there is this gap, the minute you lose. So it is very important to communicate effectively, but then who do you communicate with? Who are the people of power in the company that you need to communicate with? And here I will touch a little bit on the idea of networking and the concept of networking. A simple exercise that I don't think that just women need to do, everyone with an objective has to do. So list down your network. Who is your network? Rate them. To what extent how strong your relationship is with this network on a rate of 1 to 10. And then, to what extent that network is connected to a network of people who will help you reach those objectives, and then also rate them into what extent they are highly likely or less likely to recommend you or to push you or to talk positively about you in your back. Obviously, when you grow with the support of people, with the support of a network. And we wouldn't be there without the support of men and women in our organizations and in our network and in our community. But how? How do you pay back to this network? I would touch on the concept of reciprocity. Why would people talk well about you, etc.? It's because of the reciprocity. Are you able to open doors for them? Are you able to create opportunities for them? Because they will feel obliged to reciprocate. And I think these are ideas not only for women, but also for everyone with an objective, so that you can expedite and accelerate reaching that objective.
Yeah. So these are ideas not for women, for leadership in general. So we're talking about,
I'm a big advocate of not focusing things on women. I'm truly a believer that women do have opportunities. They've got the power, they've got the capabilities, and they've got the voice, and they're no different.
They are so So leadership is not gender-based. It's skills-based, and it's also belief-based, and it's attitude-based, as we said.
True.
And we are highlighting certain aspects like collaboration that is needed equally for men and women, like communication that has to be effective and not toxic. And I believe in communication also we can have a voice and presence. We don't need, it's not only the verbal communication, it's not the written communication, it's the presence and brand that we create. And that brand will help us in being propelled further as leaders. And then comes, as you said, the networking, which is a very, very essential element in building a career. in leadership in general, and it's who you network with and how you network. And in networking, we may have some cultural barriers also that may impact. And here where there is a difference a little bit between some networking for women. So can you please, maybe Thuraya, share some experiences about how to help women network within the cultural norms?
So first of all, networking is a very powerful tool. It will help to enable women to access to different opportunities when it comes to the career, mentorship, and also to get the support from the community. For me as a woman, I never faced any challenges within my organization. But as a manager, I faced a lot who made me who I am today as a leader. What I'm trying to say, in my country, we really believe on the gender equality. And just imagine that most of the leaders in digital transformation, they are women. And specifically in my organization, all the leaders, the directors, the head sections, we are proud we are women. And talking about the barriers and everything, honestly, I still faced a lot of women. They are afraid to talk, to share their thoughts, to share their ideas. And I would like to share some of the tips and tricks. First of all, it's very important to utilize the social media. And I'm talking about social media because most of people they thought LinkedIn is just to get a job. But honestly, LinkedIn it's of course it's a formal platform, but you can get a lot of opportunity, and that's why I am here today because of LinkedIn. And in my case, I got a lot of awards, a lot of initiatives to be a speakers in different conferences. Yeah, so this is the first one. The second one, never say no. When I'm saying never say no for any opportunity you feel, you can share your thoughts, you can share your ideas. Never say never say no. The third point also I can think about, which is always surround yourself with positive people, because those people, they will pull you up when you are falling down.
Amazing. Yeah, thank you. Would anyone like to add to this? So networking is about visibility. It's not about just putting your name out there, whether on social media. It's about creating those opportunities and latching to those opportunities that Zahra spoke about. They are there, and we are no different, women and men. It's about how we approach an opportunity and what we make out of it, and how do we put ourselves out there for the rest of the community. And still, women are still, as a fact, underrepresented in leadership role. If we look, we have made massive advancement in different areas and leadership. How do you believe having more women in leadership positions would benefit organizations?
The reason for that is most of the women...
Sorry, if we could keep the door closed, because it's very hard for panelists to speak up more than this. Thank you, appreciate it.
So the reason is, I don't know how many of us know about this, but there is the thing called imposter syndrome, which 75% of women have or faced it. Imposter syndrome is something where a woman feels... gets into self-doubt, or doesn't feel that or feels that she doesn't deserve the best of leadership chair next to a man. So most of women go through this syndrome, and this is because of the bringing up, because of the society, and because of whatever is happening around them, right? So these are the things which I guess women should know, that this is what they have inside them, and they should read about it. I think reading is very, very important. We need to read a lot about ourselves, not about what people think about us, but how we think about ourselves. And psychology plays a major role when it comes to women getting into leadership designations or whatever. So this is the most important thing, I feel. And what was the next question?
So how do you believe having more women in leadership roles would benefit organizations?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I won't say that if I'm given a role of leader, I can do much, much better than a man. Of course, I don't want to do that. I don't want to say that. Yes, I might do it more responsibly, right? Because since I'm a woman, we don't take rash decisions. And of course, we are best in crisis management. So that is the so when it comes to crisis, women can handle crisis very easily. And every company, every corporate need a woman, a strong woman in crisis management or in board of directors to at least handle the crisis, because we can handle crisis very easily at home. When a man comes home with a lot of stress of work, he comes to a woman, and that is where he feels relieved when he talks and she guides him, even if she's not involved in the work. But that discussion, out of that discussion, he might get some insight. And okay, I must have done that, or I should have been thinking about it. So I think that is there. The crisis management, I would say, is the most important.
Yeah.
I think it's not only the women; it's the diversity that they bring into the table, the diversity of thoughts, the diversity of bringing in different ways of doing things, whether it's bringing in women or people with diverse backgrounds, diverse experiences. That's what will add value at the board level.
Yeah, thank you. So I think the feminine power, whether it's not gender related, but having this diversity and balance. And the UAE Gender Balance Council, as we're speaking of balance, has signed the UAE Gender Pledge. Can you talk more about that, please, Sheikha?
Okay, so I wasn't in that project, but let's say we felt that the change in the country itself when this UAE Gender Balance Council has signed the pledge of gender equality. But seeing it now, I think that the percentage of women is raising much up in that, and we try to balance it back when it comes to organizations. Most of the organizations has a percentage higher in women than men. So when it comes, for example, to the UAE elections now, let me give an example. Due to this signed pledge, the legislation has been changed in the country, and the national federal has been announced that women will be having 50% of being in the federal council. But just from few days, each emirate has been announced the number of nominees in each area, and coming from the emirate of Ajman, we had women 60%. Has been nominated themselves opposite to men. So my comment was on that. Seems that we will ask for one more chair for women, because in Ajman we do have only one chair and 60 is competing on that. So it's a huge competition. And touching the point, it's coming also from the youth generation. Most of them is in 80s and 90s, and that shows the reflection of this pledge among the years, that now the community is accepting women leading in many industries because they have shown an example. It's not about fighting for their rights, but they have shown a result which give the men more trust, having them on top of the country, leading ministries and all that. So this is something that we are proud of.
Amazing. And yeah, well done to the UAE in accelerating the women in leadership, which is there already, and just it's an like an opportunity and door to be open.
And if I may add on our side as EAND, two key things that have been added this year as part of the KPIs to assess whether we move forward in investing in a startup under the mergers and acquisitions and funding. It's sustainability and gender balance in the new startups, and that's in support of women entrepreneurs and founders.
Oh, excellent. These are interesting insights from real cases in organization. And so with the rapid evolution of technology, how do you ensure, being in the digital realm, Thuraya, in Oman, how do you ensure that women remain at the forefront of innovation and leadership roles? And what are the opportunities there and some challenges as well?
My passion is technology, by the way. I burn in technology. So what I would like to highlight that technology changed the people's life. It's not only the women. When it comes to the woman itself, we can see it change her life and make her life very easy in different aspects. The first aspect when it comes to the education. In the education part, we can see the women now, they can access very easily through online platforms. She can get her qualifications. She can improve her skills at any time and anywhere. Another thing, which is the technology helped to improve the career. When it comes to the career, now because of remote access, you can work for women because of the life balancing for her. Women have a lot of responsibilities when it comes to the family. So I think because of technology helped the woman to balance her life between her personal life and also between the work. And everyone we know, we as a woman, we have mothers, wives, doctors. So basically, we are everything. It's our there is a quote. It's our 9 to 5 before. It's our 5 to 9. It's our 5 to 9. It's our 9 to 5 after 9 to 5. So basically, we can see how really technology helped the people to make their life very easy. And specifically talking about my country, Oman, as I said, the technology helped the women we have a lot of acceleration program when it comes to the women. We don't need to empower the women, honestly, because we encourage the women to utilize the technology to help themselves to increase their presence in networking, to utilize the social media and everything. So basically, we're increasing the awareness among, let's say, the young ladies to get the benefits from such impressive technologies that will change your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So make technology your ally. It's not a threat. It's your friend. Make friends with technology is a key to success in leadership. And I mean, there is a lot of diversity and a lot of opinions and a lot of topics that we can go through, and time is limited, unfortunately, in this panel. So if we need to wrap up, what would be like one advice that you would give to young women who aspire to take on leadership roles in their career?
I wouldn't give one, to be honest with you, but I'll start with education. That's a lifelong journey. It doesn't stop when you step out of university, so keep learning. Second, take risks. 3, negotiate with no fear. And 4, find your own unique voice.
Thank you, Zahra.
I do agree with Zahra. It's very important to not stop learning, because if you learned a lot, you will be in the top of the game, so you will know what to say. You will get a lot of opportunity. Another thing, believe in yourself. The confidence is the key. Don't afraid to share your thoughts and also to share your ideas with people. And the last one, I can think about it, which is try to connect with a lot of people. Try to surround yourself with positive people.
Thanks, amazing.
Yes, I believe in education. And also, after getting education, what are you supposed to do? So the goals are very, very important. So your goals, a woman or a girl, I would say her goals should be to become financially independent. That's the most important thing. Please, all the girls I tell in my school, like we have 20,000 students, a lot of girls. So I always tell them, grow up to become financially independent, not to get married and depend on a man for finances, because that way you're giving the remote control of your life directly to the man. So that is the one thing I would say. Don't become a liability. Whether he's your father, whoever it is, just be financially independent. And that doesn't, take away love from your life. It will make you more lovable.
So I'll be sharing quick lesson learned from my experience. So one of them, as I mentioned, ask and don't feel embarrassed to ask. We always try to do things by ourselves, coming from, all this energy of woman can do everything, she's strong. No, just give a space for your life, give a space for your working smartly rather than just burning your efforts and beauty and energy just in this tough working. So ask whenever help can be given. Collaborate but don't compete. This is very important. I have worked with a group of ladies in many other businesses which make us boost this business rather than both of us having the same business and start just to compete with each other. So always complete each other, either woman or man, but don't just go to compete. This is my wrap-up. So.
Thank you. So learn. Knowledge, number one. Believe in yourself and speak up. Ask. If you don't ask, you're not given. So plus be financially independent. So that was amazing and very illuminating discussion. On behalf of, thank you very much for the panelists, and on behalf of the panelists, thank you for joining us in this very illuminating.
Thank you very much, moderator and panelists. That was a fantastic, trailblazing female all panel. One more hand of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That was phenomenal. I like that save. It makes you more lovable. Absolutely true. All right. Thank you very much, ladies.